Hey guys, how you doing? We're going to Monza today. We're probably going to struggle like Billy-O because this is a track that requires a lot of top-end kind of stuff, and we don't really have any kind of top-endy kind of stuff at all. But some good news, the F1 community is coming up trumps. Lots of people chipping in and discussing the benefits and drawbacks of research, etc., which is really good. There's a couple of, forgive my language, arseholes in there, but yeah, on the most part everyone's really positive and, you know, open debate, because nobody really knows except for the developers perhaps, and they ain't talking to no one. So yeah, it's all about trying to figure it all out yourself. But a lot of people are saying, and personally I think, you know, I get 100% track acclimatization every single practice, unless they crash out, of course. I think that's too high. I think 100% should be almost unattainable. I also think that going round the track in the race should give you a little bit of extra track acclimatization as well, but that's just me. I like to keep things open-ended so that you can play the game for a long period of time. So yes, we're going to Monza today. Let's take a look at the cars. Let's go to the warehouse. So the chassis, we now have two chassis, two of the faster chassis, but only two, which is terrible. Front wing, we've only got 3 of those, so I mean we're really shy on parts, and there's absolutely nothing I can do to speed up any of the development other than cheat, and I absolutely refuse to cheat. I think there should be a hard difficulty in this game so that you can't cheat at all or reload your saves or anything like that. So right, we're on part 7. We've only got 2 of them. We literally cannot afford to have a crash this weekend. But let's have a little look at the analysis. Where do we sit? So high speed, acceleration, and high speed. So we've got something in our favour. We're a little bit off the top speed of the grid average. It was a bit disappointing. But we're not a million miles away. We're not a million miles away. And we keep chipping away at these things. And eventually we'll get there, won't we? Eventually we'll get there. Can I put a new project in? No, I can do some manufacturing. So I've got 3 front wings. We defo need more of them. Do I have any more manufacturing options? Yeah. Got 5 rear wings, 4 of those, 4 underfloor. So I can't do anything for anything else. Bit frustrating, but never mind. Okay. So, how are we going to do this weekend? Reach Q3. Qualifying position. We'll say yes to Q2, and we'll edit this. Yeah, 12th. Both drivers above 12. Boom. Why not? We haven't got any of these right yet, so it'd be nice to get one here. We did okay here last time, but again, it was very much a push bloody hard sort of situation because, you know, we're not that fast. We're not faster than anyone else, so we have to push a little bit harder.
Welcome to Life in the Fast Lane. We're here at Monza in Italy, the home of Ferrari. But who will take home the points this weekend? Let's find out as we get started with the Italian Grand Prix. Monza,
the Italian
among
Grand
circuits,
Prix.
dripping with motorsport history. Expect to see cars fly by as 80% of the track is tackled at full throttle. It's not all go, however, and brakes can be prone to overheating through the tight chicanes that Monza has to offer.
Oh, goody.
The season nearly concluded, time is running out for the team. Can anyone make a last-minute breakthrough? Can the leading drivers hold on? Only time will tell. What will happen this weekend? Only time will tell.
Alrighty. Going to be a dry race, as expected. cornering capability is going to be very important. Speeds are going to be high, so that feels pretty good to me. Probably go one off that, but we won't know until we get there. Right. Much the same, look. Let's just see what we can run with. If we have any accidents at all, we're screwed. Actually, let's do a car parts. Right, let's swap the front wing for an old front wing. Yeah, this is what we need to do. We'll swap the rear wing for an old rear wing. This is what we're going to do. Side pod's not a big problem. Underfloor, we'll swap that. Right, that's going to save us from any significant problems. Why do I need to emergency manufacture? What are you talking about? Did I just do that for the other car? Oh, okay. There we go. Save the rear wing. And the underfloor. Right, that way if we do have any incidents during practice, we'll not have to worry about it quite so much. Good luck, chaps.
Radio check.
Right, so let me get distracted ever so slightly. And let me get some details for the track. We're looking at 53 laps. The track abrasiveness is medium. 60% chance of a safety car. That record is
I think someone's run wide.
1 minute 21.045. Expected stops, that's what I need to know. Just a oneer. Oh my god. Okay. 2 DRS zones. And what's the pit? Talk to me about the pits. 29.17. Alright, that's quite a significant. Quite a significant time save right there. Oh, brilliant. Piastri's just locked up.
Let's take a closer look.
I think he hit another car.
Williams here. Oh no!
Yep. No, I'm not going to ignore it. I'm going to call him in and we're going to swap it over. Just said I got a penalty. I was wondering if he'd get a penalty. He did get a penalty. Right, so what kind of info could... Okay, everything's terrible. But this is great. So that's really interesting, isn't it? Right, we'll try that. Give him a fresh set of tyres. 25 laps. Front wing. Replace that. Anything else broken? Just the front wing. Okay. Oh. Good job I swapped everything over. This is not a good sign though.
All okay.
Alrighty, much the same problem here. I think that's worth a whack. We'll see how that turns out.
Someone spun out.
.2 seconds off the pace is not where we want it to be. I know we're running old wing and old gear, but even so, I want it to be at least break even with the last cars, not well off the pace like this. You can see how tightly packed the entire 20 cars are. I mean, with the exception of us, there's barely a second between first and last, which does make things very difficult.
Back in the car.
Okay, minor damage to the chassis. We'll call him in. We'll fix it up and we'll send him out again.
I think we've had a car run wide.
Well, Verstappen's running wide as well. Bring them in. I don't usually do this. I normally let them stay out there and get a bit more acclimatization, but desperately want to get something here. Try that out.
That sounds like someone's gone wide there.
On soft tyres, we are massively off the pace. But they have lasted quite well. I mean, we got 33 laps out of those tyres, and they're still good. That's quite significant. I don't think we... Oh, look at this, everyone. Everyone is taking penalties this week. Guess it's that kind of race, huh? Hard on the engine. I don't think we're going to need 2 lots of hards, though. We'll send them out. Send them out on mediums and see how long they'll go. All right.
Ready, check.
Copy, ready, check.
Piastri locked up this time. So we seem to be actually a little bit better on medium tyres.
Is that a lock up on the track?
For 5 seconds we were, until they put their foot down and totally annihilated us. We are faster. We are faster. We're more within the range, which is good. So if you notice, our fuel is actually sort of going up. Quite interesting. Good is not going to get us a first place podium or anything like that, is it? Could definitely work out in our favour. Let's go.
And car balance feedback when capacity.
Okay, we're getting closer with Jack. Right, these have to come in. Or do they? Maybe not. Well, no, they've got to come in because I've got to adjust this. So, I'll say they definitely have to come in a little bit.
Is that a lock-up?
Doing locking up again. You've already got a 5-second penalty, Jack. Get your head in the game, mate. I am wondering whether to swap Jack out next season. He's locked up again.
We've just had a spin.
Locked up again. Oh, Piastri spun this time. Yowza. Okay. So we're going to struggle, I think, to make it round this race. I have a sneaky suspicion there's going to be a safety car. Normally, when I feel like this, like I do right now, it means one of our cars is going to go out big time. Like DNF styling.
Oh, did someone run wide there?
Virtual safety car.
Sounds like we've had a spin.
Right, let's try and get these up to 60 plus. So how many laps did we get out of those? 34. That's interesting. That's less good than the softs. That is a little bit odd. Did I run 2 lots of softs? Maybe I ran 2 lots of softs, so we're looking more like 15.
When you have it, give me feedback on balance.
Probably more like 15, isn't it? So we're not going to make it to the end on a set of mediums and a set of softs. That's not going to happen for us. Medium and soft, yeah, there's no way that's going to happen. 15 laps on soft and 21 on medium. That's 34. Oh, it's okay. Sorry, yeah. I doubt very much if we're going to get a set of mediums to last that long. Maybe I'll hold on to 2 lots of hards and really hit them, like really push hard on hards. And see where we are at the end.
After a day of free practice yesterday, we wrap up with a 3rd and final session before moving on to qualifying. Whoever said every second counts clearly hadn't revelled in the sport of Formula 1, where grid positions can be decided by thousandths of a second. The drivers competing today are amongst the finest in the world, but the margins are even finer. And as you can probably guess, there is no margin for error. Hold on tight, because we're getting underway.
Getting in the way, more like it. Okay, partly cloudy. Which tyres shall I waste? We have one optimal. And these are bad, so this has got to come down the other end. I'm liking that, actually, very much. Let's put them up to 25. And that's what we can do here. So we're even closer here, look. Don't think that's going to be the silver bullet, but get us closer towards it. Alright. No more accidents, gentlemen.
Radio check.
Radio check.
It's green now. Green now.
I'm just wondering if this is a good week to replace all of the engine and everything. Every time I do, though, they crash. This is what's killing me. The number of times... Oh my god. The number of times that we've bought entire new system, new engine, new ERS, new gearbox. And Jack's driven the car off the track and written the lot off. Man, life. Doesn't help, let's put it that way. It introduces a bit of stress into one's life.
Someone's run wide.
Golly gosh, we're even slower now.
Feedback on the car.
Right. Rate we can work with. Oh, you know you want it.
Okay.
Alright, so we're in the sort of ballpark figure of what we're looking for, but just a smidge out, basically. Maybe, maybe, maybe.
I think someone's run wide.
Of course, practicing all weekend with different front wing, different this, different that, is not going to help us in the long run. Powertrain problems, okay. Sure is tricky, this MONZA lot, as I'm going to call her from now on. Wow, look at that, doing out of nowhere smashes a decent time in. That is interesting.
Sounds like a spin.
Nothing all weekend, and then all of a sudden, within, well, now 900th of a second. But Piastri used to be at least half a second quicker than Doohan, so some transition has occurred, I think. It's rather helpful. Probably where that extra decent bit of lap came in. Okay, Piastri's only going to manage a great. Here we go. So we'll give him a new gearbox. That's going to last him till the end of the season. We'll give him a new engine. Why not? He's taking a penalty already. Right, chassis. Oh, we've only got one of those. Oh, so he's going to have to stick with the old chassis. Oh, that sucks. You can have the new wing, though. And the new rear wing. New suspension. And the new underfloor. There's quite a lot of improvement on the car there. I'm hoping he's going to deliver something. Car parts. Right, so we need to buy him a gearbox. Nothing else I could do. I can't send him out there on a gearbox. It doesn't work. We're not racing in the 80s or the 90s anymore. Don't get away with that sort of behaviour. So we'll be starting at the back and we'll be bloody glad to do so. Right, let's make sure we've got the right parts on here. So he is running chassis 1. Front wing. Rear wing. Why does it go to the bottom? And confused me. The floor. And suspension. Right. That's as good as I can give you guys. You're going to have to qualify in first place if you want to finish. If you want to start mid position. (96 and 97% confidence). Let's do it, lads. We have one set of tyres, and that's it.
Radio check.
So if you're going to do it,
Radio check.
you're going to do it on these tyres. Piastri's out on 11 minutes. Yeah, this is not looking good. This is not looking very promising. Then Jack out on 7 minutes. Piastri's put a fairly decent time in there, I have to say.
Did somebody spin out there?
Sure he's going to get it in time. No, he missed it. Back into the pits with you, Piastri. Are we going to get lucky? Oh, we did get lucky. Okay, Q2 has happened. But now we have no tyres, so... Here goes nothing.
Check. Piastri in a fairly decent spot there. Not perfect, but something at least.
Jack's well off the pace. Damn it. There's no point in sending him out. I haven't got time. Ah, Piastri didn't make it either. Ah, well.
The grid is packed and there's electricity in the air. But there's no surprises in that. It's race day.
Qualifying went well for Williams, as attested by their strong position on the grid. Now it's all about finding that edge for the race itself. We didn't see any unexpected prowess from Alpine during qualifying, but they did well for themselves. Everything's still open to them for the race. The weather is very overcast here, and teams are staring at the sky watching for the first sign of rain. Strategies might have to be quite flexible going into today's race.
Well, this is going to be one thrilling Italian Grand Prix, and we're nearly ready to kick things off.
All right, so some people are looking at 17 laps and then onto mediums. I mean, we can't do that. We can do the one stop on medium hards. But I fear we're going to need to push and push. We can just about do it, look. It's actually going to make us slower overall. Alright, let's go for that. Alright, we're going to go for it. We're starting on 3. Bit of overtaking. Let's have a look see at the laps. I reckon 1.9 kilograms per standard. It's 100 litres. So we can drop 2 litres of fuel. And 1 for Jack. Okay, it's going to be a long, tricky race, this one. Oh, hang on. He's going to push at the end. He's going to push at the beginning. He's going to push at the end. Okay. See how it goes. Ooh, scary.
It's a somewhat overcast day for the drivers, who've now taken position on the grid. Here's Williams. They'll be starting the race from the bottom half of the grid, so there's a fair bit of ground to make up. And looking at the second Williams car. With their starting position in the back 10, they'll have their work cut out for them. Everything's been building to this. Here we are at the oldest circuit in Europe for this, the Italian
Show the cameras.
Grand Prix. And it's lights out, and away we go.
Good luck, everybody. And gains 1 place and gives it back immediately, but claims it again on the inside of the corner. Very nice, Jack. Well done. Get the foot down and let it go. P15. Good start. Piastri in solid last and well off the pace by the looks of things. Not even close to catching anyone. Who ran wide?
Who's running wide there?
Alonso. Good attack in there, Jack. I like it very much. Not fast enough to take the position. That's a bit of a shame.
Nice work.
Piastri's got one position. It was Alonso who ran wide, so
And there's an overtake from Williams.
nothing very exciting. Jack neutral. Piastri neutral. It's going to be a long old race. Piastri can. On Piastri. You've got the inside line, that should be your position, well done. That's an Aston Martin and an Alfa Romeo overtaken, that's a good start. Norris is up in third, I mean my god what a turnaround season he has had.
Just gained by
Verstappen all the way down in seventh, he's having a nightmare. Where's the other, oh there's Gasly, he's in sixth. So I mean we've got a lot of work to do, Albon is ahead of us as well. And we really are struggling this season in pace. Sector 1 incident. Somebody locked up, don't know who.
Looks like there's been a lockup.
Yuki Tsunoda. Okay. Piastri's up into 18th. Long way to go, fella. I'm going to come off the old fuel here.
Let's reduce lifting coast by 1 level.
4 kilograms is quite a lot to be short of. Right, so now we're lap 3, DRS is engaged. Let's see what sort of lap times we're doing. 1:26.469, that's pretty decent from Piastri. Even though it looks like he's not actually making any progress at all. Doing 1:26.528 and he's pushing, so yeah, that is interesting. Jack Cam. Go on, Jack. Take Albon. Great work. Stay on him. He did very well there because he's on the outside. No, he's lost it. No, he's got it. He's taken it. Well done. Well done, Jack. That was impressive. Jack's up into 13th position. This is good, Jack. I'm impressed.
You're doing good.
Loses 13th momentarily, gains it back early on the power.
Good job, good job.
That's nice. We're ahead of Albon. I like that. Piastri taking a position as well. I think they're up into 17th.
There's an overtake from Williams.
Trying to get his mojo on, perhaps. Piastri's having a look. They're trying to defend against him. I'm not sure they've done it. He got blocked out by Russell. A little bit unlucky there, a little bit unlucky. Piastri cam. So we just saw Jack pass Albon rather easily. Hoping Piastri's going to do the same here. Not quite. Maybe that's the chassis limitation, because he's on the old chassis. He's probably losing a bit of speed. Jack is up into 12. Tyres are overheating. Let's bring him down to standard.
Okay, back off.
Jack cam.
And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Oh, is he going for a double overtake here? I think he is. Jack is really on the money. Oh, he didn't quite pull it off. He was definitely on the look there for it, though.
Haas with an overtake.
Piastri takes Albon. Very nice. We are making progress. Jack, deploy. Piastri, deploy. See if we can do it. Jack has got the good position.
Yep.
He's got the inside angle on the chicane. Just got closed out again, though. But maybe under braking. Ah. All over the place, everybody was. It was a bit of a mess. Right, so he's gained one spot. Well done, Jack. Up into 12th. Piastri takes one as well. He's up into 14th. Wow.
That was good.
That was very good, Piastri. Very good indeed. Jack looks like he's going for it. Jack looks like he's got it. Piastri looks like he's doing the same behind. Has he got enough? He's going to have to do it under braking. Piastri can. He's got him. He's into 13th. Going very well. Piastri still fighting with Mick Schumacher. But I think he's got the straight line speed to keep him at bay. Yes, he just about does. And he just set the new fastest lap, which is quite cool for us.
That's a stonking lap.
So he should take him out of braking here. He's got the inside line. Maybe not, maybe not. Not on this occasion. Go on, Piastri. Very nice, mate. Very nice. Double overtake, we don't mind that. Jack, let him go.
Nice row.
That was very impressive. I like that a huge amount.
For Williams.
Right, so problem we've got now is, of course, we've got to catch up with the cars in front. It's going to be quite an achievement. Oh, Piastri losing 2 positions on the straight there. Thankfully holding off Russell and reclaiming 12th. Right. It always makes me nervous when my cars are right next to each other, but
And a new position
so far
just gained by Williams.
we look pretty stable and pretty strong. Definitely getting some good acceleration out of the corners with Piastri, who is completely the wrong side of Russell right now. But doing everything he can to hold him off. Getting blocked out by the team. Very nice. Well done, lads. We're doing 124.964. That is faster than the cars ahead of us, so we are catching them ever so slightly slowly. Have a little look at the interval. About 4.3 seconds right now. It is increasing to 4.4. Now it's down to 4.2, so 0.1 of a second every lap. It's going to take about 40 laps to catch up with Charles Leclerc. Unless somebody runs wide, and that could give us an opportunity. We are pulling away from the cars behind, look.
Gone wide there.
So for a change, we're actually working like a team. And actually helping each other go faster, which is good. So 4.1 seconds now. Jack is definitely catching Gasly. Piastri's going to have a go. 3.8 seconds now. We are definitely closing in on Gasly. This is good. Don't change anything. Piastri has better tyres, so Piastri should be at the front taking the lead and making it work. Jack can. Jack just needs to hang on to his coattails and get that little speed boost down the straights. Jack is under pressure. Jack is under pressure from the likes of Russell, though, of course. Damn it. Back up to 4.3 seconds. 4.4 seconds. So we made some excellent gains on them and then lost it all at some point. That probably explains why we're right up against Russell and the likes again. Right, Jack, go aggressive. This is what we planned. Find me 4 seconds from somewhere. Very nice, Jack. Very nice. Carlos Sainz with the fastest lap. So the boys at the front definitely pushing harder now. Lewin knocks it down to 4.1 seconds.
Low fuel, so be mindful of that.
Piastri wants to have a go, down to 3.8. Once again, we are eating into those cars at the front. Only very slightly per lap, but if we can consistently do that, we will obviously catch them. Key word there being consistently. Good tag team racing at the moment. I'm liking this. It's making our lap times faster. 3.2 seconds now off the front pack. And of course, if we actually catch them, we will be able to use their DRS, and that's going to help us even more. Don't fight each other too much. Stuff make me nervous. Sector 2, somebody ran wide.
Oh, did someone run wide?
Oh, goody, it was Russell. That's good to see. Show the cameras. We've got a small gap between us and Mick Schumacher. I think he's in DRS range, unfortunately. But Russell and the rest of them are definitely far back now. .7 we were there for a second. Down from 4.5. That's really good stuff. .1. Sector 2. Somebody else going wide.
They've locked up and gone straight on.
Lance Stroll, who's currently in 6th. That's good. It means the cars at the front are starting to struggle. What sort of tyres is he on? He's on mediums. Right, we're going to have to be careful then. There we go. That's what I like to see. DRS swapping. Clean DRS swapping. What are our lap times like? 125.3. Yeah, we're fast. We're not as fast as the like of Sainz and Verstappen and Norris. God damn Norris. But everybody else we're competitively fast with. What are we looking at now? 3 seconds. Remember, as soon as we're within 2-second range, we get DRS. So, sorry, 1 second range, we get DRS. So we got to close them down. We got to catch them up for another 2 seconds here. And we're at 2.6 now. That was a big chunk we took out of the Aston Martin. 𝐒𝐢𝐦, I cannot say it. Someone needs to phoneticize it for me. Write it down in crayons and I'll practice. 2.7 seconds now. It's great work, lads. Really, really great work. Consistent. Sensible, logical, hard work. Well done, well done, well done. I'm very impressed. So, Vettel and Bottas into the pits very early. That is interesting. So we're going to have better hard tyres than them for at least a period of the race. That's a really good sign. Back up to 3.4 seconds. Let's have a look at our lap times. 125.6. No, that's good. We lost 0.3 of a second on that lap. That's not what we're after at all. Jack has at least managed to keep these tyres a lot longer than we anticipated. Entering the pit window now. Mick Schumacher is still there, being a pain in the arse. So we were 0.3 of a hundredth of a second 0.300th of a second faster than the Aston Martin. 𝐒𝐢𝐦, I don't know. In my head I can sort of almost feel it, but it definitely won't come out of my mouth properly. 125.4 thing is, likes of Gasly are doing 125.2s. We are off the pace again. Ooh. Gasly blocks Jack on that occasion. I'm not sure that's helpful actually, Piastri. I think we would be going faster per lap if you didn't keep fighting him. If you just let him past every time he had the opportunity, that extra speed might help you go faster as well. $125 flat, that's very nice. That's very nice. It's more what we're after. It's still 3.8. 3.6. It's like we do gain a bit and then we lose a bit. Ocon running wide there. Back up to 4.2.
We're happy to push.
Yeah.
Let's push both cars to see if that helps us just gain that extra little advantage. Sector 2 incident again. Who's it this time?
I think there's been a lock-up.
Carlos Sainz this time. Alright, 3.1 seconds again. Let's see if this double whammy of attack is enough to claw them back into our reach. I'm expecting hard overtakes from Piastri and Doohan and lower lap times as a result. Here goes Piastri. That's exactly what we're looking for. It's going to make him faster. Mick Schumacher can bloody well stay there. See, down to 3.5. This is what we want, lads. We want overtaking at every opportunity. You can take half a second out of them every lap. We'll be there in no time. Jack is running low on tyres though. Yep, ignore. Obviously we can't pit them at the same time because we're so close to each other. That's not going to happen. Albon and Russell going in for their tyres. Somebody spun in Sector 2. This is very good news for us. Yellow flag.
That's a spin!
Perez with a spin. Perez all the way down to 12th. So we're in the points. We're double cars in the points right now. This is fantastic. I'm starting to wonder if we want to catch the cars in front. Maybe we want to hold on to our tyres for a little bit longer. So good though. It's like leapfrog. We just get that little bit faster per lap. And it does look like we're pulling away from Mick Schumacher ever so slightly as well, which is wonderful news. Norris just done a fastest lap. I'm not sure Piastri's going to do it. He is going to do it. So that's a really good lap time there. 3.2 seconds. You can see how much closer we are to the cars in front now. 2.2 seconds. We are eating into them now. This is very good. It's working incredibly well. This is the best bit of teamwork I think I've ever seen from these two. If we could do this every week, it wouldn't matter if we were slower. We'd always have an advantage. Alright, we could be within reach by the end of this lap. Here comes Jack, again with the DRS, making him that little bit faster. Leapfrogging past his teammate. Cutting his lap time down by about half a second. 2.6 seconds now. We need 1.6 seconds gain and we'll be on them. Piastri's just chomping at the bit. He's like, let me overtake him, let me overtake him. And the good news is we can come out on hards with aggressive driving. Oh, Piastri didn't get the overtake this time. Jack blocking him out. What's the difference now? 2.8? 2.3. Very nice.
Low fuel, so be mindful of that.
Yeah, low fuel is definitely something I'm keeping an eye on. In fact, Piastri is really quite low. We're almost halfway through and he hasn't quite regained as much fuel as I was hoping he would. This time Piastri gets the overtake. Yes or no? No. This is not helping us catch the cars in front, lads. Wish we had more control over the cars and just say, come on, leapfrog. Leapfrog for pace. All that's happened here is that Mick Schumacher has caught us up again. Alright, let's bring him in. Excuse me.
And box.
Oh, incident right in front. We're up to 8th and 9th. It's wonderful news.
Copy.
Norris is now leading. Verstappen is having a terrible season. Norris is now leading, and look at this. We are almost in DRS range. 1.5 seconds now. We have done such a great job of this. Unfortunately, our tyres have given up. So we have to come in and get tyres, but I imagine they're going to have to do the same fairly soon. Maybe not as early as us. I'm going to keep Jack out there for one more lap and just see if I can get Piastri up into the range. If he can get him into the range, then he can fight those guys before his tyres burn out. .86 seconds at the moment. 1.9. How much is it going to gain? 1.7, 0.28. Oh, it's going to be so close. 1.6. He has to be within 1 second before Jack comes in for tyres, basically. At the moment, though, it doesn't look like Jack can even catch Piastri, let alone overtake him. Jack is running very low on those tyres. Because we didn't get the overtake, Piastri has lost half a second. Goes down to 1.8. We'll have to rely on Mick Schumacher, I guess, to help us out. Sure, he'll be a willing participant. Right, Jack is into the pits.
Copy, copy. Watch out, one line and pick him up.
Oh, that is so tight. So close now. Is it 1 second? 1.1 second. Ah. Piastri, you're so nearly on them, buddy. 1.076. It's like blink and you miss it sort of stuff. 1.05. I think he's going to catch them before the DRS zone. Somebody ran wide in sector 1. I don't know who that was. Hopefully not Jack. Piastri 1.084. It's just outside, look. Oh, that is painful. Now they've got DRS and they're gone. That was possibly our only chance to catch them. You can see half a second gained on Piastri there just because they had DRS. That's how important DRS is. And Mick Schumacher isn't coming past us and helping, so that's somewhat frustrating. Oh, Mick Schumacher's well off the pace, that's why. Piastri is absolutely smashing it. Jack Cam. Jack Cam. Jack Cam. I'm on Jack.
From Williams.
Silly me. Alright, Vettel ahead. Piastri Cam. What's the time now? 1.069. So nearly there. It's the same as it was last lap. Piastri deploy.
Full deploy. Copy.
1.009. He's only got to put his foot down quick enough, and we're there. Come on, Piastri. So we cut down the deficit a little bit there because he's running a bit of ERS, but once again we've lost the range that we were after. Piastri neutral. No matter what happens, Piastri's gonna he's under a second now. Does that mean he's got DRS? Oh, he must have missed it by a fraction. He's going to be under a second this lap. But unfortunately he's got to come in for tyres, so not going to benefit very much from it. But he's definitely within a second now. Right, so we're going to get DRS this lap. Is he going to be able to get any positions? That would be fantastic if he could nick a couple of positions before he comes in. DRS is open. Because they've all got DRS. Unless we can follow the Ferrari through. Unless we take the Ferrari on the inside. We've got the line. We've got the angle. We've got the corner. We've got the position. He's up into 7th. Well done, Piastri. If only he had one more lap. What the hell happened there? Why did he just give up that position? Absolutely no reason for him doing that whatsoever.
Copy. Watch the white line on exit.
Magnussen has passed us now.
Lico, increase, please.
Copy.
Try and get Piastri's fuel under control.
So lifting coast level 3.
Copy.
So Jack lost that position, which is quite understandable. Actually,
It's a race position gained for Mercedes.
Reduce lifting coast.
Yep.
let's make sure Jack is holding that position. We'll get Piastri up into the DRS zone, and then we'll think about harvesting and fuel. Jack is doing a fantastic job there, conserving fuel, staying on pace. Right, now this is interesting. When will the pit change? It looks like Norris is coming out already, so I don't think we're going to catch any of these boys. It's a bit of a shame. There's Piastri, there's Piastri. Got some work to do, and maybe we are going to catch them. Norris is out already, but we're up into 10th. We're in the points here. Piastri can. Now we do need to get Piastri up into the lads, or maybe we can conserve a little bit here and then follow Charles Leclerc, because he'll be giving us DRS for a while. Definitely got to get this down. Not taking long though. Doohan just dropped about 0.6% there in a couple of laps, but he's still on point, so that's good. Oh, more pit stops. All right, we're in 7th. Alex Albon with the fastest lap. That's interesting. So I think what Piastri is actually doing is slowing down Charles Leclerc rather than catching up anybody. The interval's 2.87 seconds. We'll keep an eye on this. It's gone down to 2.7, so maybe he is catching. Interesting. Interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on this. And there goes Charles Leclerc. So he's got to stay with him.
Okay, keep pushing, keep pushing.
To get his DRS. That's the key thing here.
We think you can reduce lifting coast.
Copy.
There's the DRS. Piastri harvest. He's overtaken him as well. Well on Piastri. So we're going to harvest and we're going to
Just do lift and coasting.
Copy.
recover some fuel. 3.2 seconds right now. Same thing.
Reduce lift and coast.
Copy.
.5 seconds, so he's not catching them. Well, that's not true.
Ferrari just gave
He is catching them, but every time we overtake him, we slow him down again. Is he on softs? He's on soft tyres. Bloody hell. Piastri harvest. We didn't get past him this time. The gap is now down to 2.3 seconds. So that Ferrari is pushing. Jack Cam. Right, we have dropped off the pace a little bit here.
We look at
We do have some DRS.
lift and co.
Copy.
We're not happy with fuel.
Copy.
What are we on? Lap 34. Oh dear.
Good job, good job. Let's reduce lift and coast by 1 level.
Copy.
Piastri Cam. Jack harvest. .2 seconds, so we are catching them, but very, very, very slowly, which is kind of good for us. Right now, Piastri is harvesting and conserving fuel, and he's still holding off that Ferrari, which is a really, really good thing. Quite an achievement, I have to say. Jack is looking to overtake Vettel. In fact, oh, here comes Charles Leclerc. Now, are we going to get DRS, or is he going to get DRS? Looks like he is.
Ferrari advance the race position.
Piastri nearly has full DRS. So this is really good for us. Jack Cam. Jack overtake.
Low fuel, so be mindful of that.
Copy.
Overtake is available.
Copy.
Fantastic overtake, Jack. Well done. Jack neutral.
doing a good job.
And a new position.
Yes, we can.
By Williams.
Well done, Piastri. Right, so we got his fuel usage down to 2.5.
Increase, lift and coast.
We're getting there, we're getting there. Jack Cam. Jack Cam. Jack, overtake.
Overtake is available if needed.
Copy.
I don't think he's quite within a second range, is he? Just out of range. Piastri Cam.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Oh, that was an overtake and a half. Piastri deploy.
Yeah, deploy.
Copy.
Oh, Jackie's up to 6th. And Piastri is not letting that Ferrari go. Good lad. Good lad.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Piastri neutral. Jack Cam.
And there's an overtake from Williams.
Jack deploy.
Make sure you give some energy.
Copy.
If Jack cannot get within 1 second of these guys, we may have a problem. Jack neutral. Yeah, that's not a good situation.
Advance the race position.
Piastri Cam. Piastri's still with him, look. Piastri overtake. Ferrari's going to hate us.
So lift and coast level 3.
Jack Cam. Jack harvest.
And a new position just gained by Williams.
Finally, it's helping.
That's a position Position gained for 𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐸.
It's a good old battle out here. Has he got him? Has he got him? Close. Jack Carvis for 2.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, we can.
Leave core, please.
Copy.
We're getting back into a workable solution here. Ferrari doesn't seem to be all that fast anymore. Jack Cam. It's perfect. Mick Schumacher should go in front of us. No, who's going to get the DRS? Him or us? I think he's got it. Yeah, he has. That's okay. We'll overtake him on the next lap.
Keep your head down. Reduce the lift and core.
Copy.
𝐿𝐴𝐺𝐸 gained a place.
Jack is looking for an inside line. Not quite there, but he should get him on the straight. 10 laps remaining. We got plenty of tyres left. Looking very good on that front. Jack is not getting past under DRS.
Copy.
It's a bit of a concern. Vettel is on much softer tyres. He has a lot less tread.
Oh, and Ferrari just gained a place.
Oh, Piastri's in trouble again.
Let's reduce lifting coast.
Copy.
It's down to 1.9 seconds. Piastri overtake.
Just use the overtake.
Yeah.
Beautifully done.
Increase lifting coast.
Copy.
Nice work.
And And there's an overtake from Williams.
Jack overtake.
Remember, overtake is available.
Copy.
Jack cam.
It's good job.
Wonderful.
𝐒𝐢𝐦 increase, please.
Very nice indeed. This is such a good fun race. I'm really enjoying this one. It's been really hands-on. It's making me want to jump in the rig and start racing F1 again, F122. See if I can get the VR working after all the effort I put into starting that series, and then the VR just stopped working. It was a nightmare. Yeah, maybe we can get it working. So both cars running on conserving fuel. I'm a bit worried about Piastri. I don't know if he's going to make it to the end, you know. Piastri harvest. Jack harvest. We'll let them both past and we'll see what happens. Neither of them got past. Interesting. Definitely closer at the front now though, isn't it? Sector 1, there's an incident. That's behind us though. Yellow flag, I'm not sure who.
Seems to have been a lockup.
𝐒𝐢𝐦 𝐔𝐊. I cannot do it. Piastri deploy. Piastri's just gone off. Oh, why Piastri? You've had such a fantastic race.
We've just had a car run wide. Ferrari advance the race position.
Piastri deploy. Piastri's got one hell of a job now to get back into this. He may even lose his points position as a result of that move.
Position gained for 𝐴lpha_Tauri.
Piastri deploy. Jack overtake.
And use overtake.
Copy.
Right, we're going to get Jack to slow things down. Try and give Piastri a chance to catch up.
By Williams.
It'd be a miracle if he can do it down the straight, to be honest. Here comes the Ferrari. No. Thought one of them would have done it. Piastri deploy. He's coming back. He is coming back. If he can get within DRS, we might be able to turn this back around in our favour. Jack is holding them up superbly well there. Piastri is within 1 second, so he should get DRS here. He does. Right.
Keep the head down. We look at reducing the lift and core.
Copy.
Jack overtake.
Overtake is available if needed.
Jack has DRS, Piastri has DRS, everybody has DRS. What's going to happen at the end of this lap here? Can Piastri get past that Ferrari? If he can, we're in a really good spot. He's making a move. I don't think he's going to get it. Maybe he is on the inside. Oh, it was very close. Piastri harvest. Looking at 4 laps remaining. Fantastic overtake from Jack there. We should have better tyres than these guys now. Yeah, we do.
That will be 5 laps.
Right, Piastri's going to have to go for it. He can't though. Piastri's just inside the mark. Piastri overtake. Piastri overtake.
Okay, we can easily overtake.
Yeah, copy.
Piastri overtake.
You have the overtake.
Copy.
Check the DRS.
Copy.
That's 4 laps.
Copy.
Damn it. Come on, Piastri, get past him. You've got to get past him, Piastri.
Ferrari just gained a place.
Well done. Well done. Piastri harvest.
And there's
Jack,
an
overtake.
from Williams.
And Piastri's off again. I can't do anything with him if he's going to keep doing that. Son of a bitch, Piastri.
Oh, we've had a spin. 𝐿𝐴𝐵𝑇AURI gained a place. And a new position, just gained by Williams.
Last 3 laps to go.
Copy, copy.
Piastri's down to 10th.
Keep the head down. Head down. Know what we have left. Good job, good job.
Jack, deploy.
Use your rest. Keep pushing. Keep pushing.
Piastri cam.
That's great job. Great job. We want to leave core, please.
Copy.
Two more laps. Two more laps.
Copy.
Jack cam. Oh, Charles Leclerc had a bit of a funny moment. Jack, harvest. Piastri cam. Piastri harvest for 2. Jack cam. Jack has been phenomenal in this race. He really has been solid. So impressed with his driving today. Piastri has really started to show some weaknesses. Piastri cam.
That's your last lap, mate. Last lap.
Jack cam.
And we think you can reduce lift and coast.
Copy.
Reduce the lift and core.
Copy.
Piastri cam. Oh, a nice Piastri.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Piastri deploy.
Yeah. Deploy.
Yeah.
Jack deploy. Jack cam.
Make sure you give some energy.
Copy.
Well done, Jack. Fantastic drive, mate. Really good. Very happy with 6th. Bit disappointed with 9th, but
Checkered flag.
I think if we'd have given him more fuel at the beginning of the race, we probably would have done a little bit better. But that is very good. I wasn't expecting double points today, so 6th and 9th is good for us. Norris got 3rd though, so that may very well put Williams above us. Not Williams, sorry, McLaren. But good news is Alonso and Gasly are out of the points, so we'll definitely retain 6th place if nothing else. That was a really good race. I enjoyed that. Incredible teamwork there. Immeasurably impressed.
A wonderful result here for the Williams driver. Williams have got to be happy with their results here. This was good work.
Just a really solid showing out there, which is exactly what they needed.
The end this weekend in 5th place in the constructor standings.
Meet us next at the Marina Bay Circuit for a breathtaking race through the streets of Singapore.
Very nice, very nice, very, very, very nice. So Oscar Piastri retains 10th place. Lando Norris is up to 6th now. He's really getting his groove on. Jack Doohan up to 12th. Good job for him, just above Fernando Alonso now. And in the constructors, we retain 5th, but only by 8 points now. McLaren again chasing us very hard all the way down to the end of the season. Development points all round. It's all good. That's all very good. That was an absolutely stunning performance from Jack. If he could do that every week, I would not have a single problem with the guy. Right, what should we put some pennies on? Smoothness, do you think? Adaptability, the ability to adapt to poor weather on track. This improves the driver's acceleration and cornering speed on tyres not suited to wetter track levels. Yeah, not sure. The ability to overtake other drivers. He's pretty good at overtaking, I've got to say. Maybe control. The ability to prevent racing incidents. Let's put it there. Actually, it's only slightly better. He was off the track quite a few times in the last race. Right. Regulation vote, financial changes. Cost cap from 136 to 141. Let's vote against that. Exceeding expectations again. We're doing very well. Right, what sort of development have we got coming in? Current projects, let's see. Design, 9 days and 6 days, so we could have 2 lots of development coming in. A whole bunch of manufacture elements coming in as well. Chassis, front wing, suspension, and research still ongoing. Okay, 18 days till the next race. Good, we're going to have some new stuff coming in. Team hub is upgraded. That should help morale a bit. Suspension is in. Let's just check. Oh, there's the warehouse. There it is. Suspension. So we got 4 lots of suspension. I kind of feel like maybe we need a little bit more. Let's go for 2 more. On the floor, side pods, rear wing we have 5, front wing we have 5, chassis we have 1. Okay, this is no good. Need more chassis. If I go to manufacturing, it's going to take 8 days and we'll have 3. Can I edit this and get a few more? Okay. Keep going, lads. Keep going. Design complete. Oh, okay. So working on the old suspension is pointless. Mobilia room. Upgrade that. Right. So we need to prioritize that suspension. What have we got? We got 4 of the old ones, so that's okay. We need to cancel that project. It's going to cost us 50 grand. That's okay. That's nothing. We come back here. We go new project, manufacture suspension. The new suspension. 5 lots of those. 5 days, 10 days, 15 days. How many days we got? 12 days till the Grand Prix. Oh, we're going to have to rush it. Yeah. That'll do it. We'll have 2 of each. So, what can we design? The suspension will give us more top speed. We've designed a lot of suspension this season. It's the quickest thing to develop though as well. This is such a huge speed increase. We need that so badly. So badly. Right, let's have a look at the rank on grid. So that's not doing anything for us, be it positive or negative. Well, that'd be nice if our low speed improved. Yeah, I mean that's some pretty significant improvements right there, isn't it? I think we can rock with that. Let's go for 2. Let's rush it, and then in 2 weeks we'll have that upgrade coming in, which is nice because we've got another upgrade coming fairly soon. There it is, design complete, underfloor. We've got another upgrade coming in 2 weeks. So let's go car parts and development. Let's go new project, design. Quite like to do a front wing, but again I know that we need that extra speed. Side pods is probably the way to go. That's a marginal increase. I almost feel like it's a pointless development. That's the problem. There's already a rear wing research project on the go, so I can't do rear wing. Let's do some front wing stuff. We haven't done any front wings for a while. Gives us a nice little kick. So if we optimize low speed performance, we're still 19th. That is not what we're looking for. Well, that actually helps our top speed as well a bit, which is interesting. Only marginally, but let's go for it. How many days is that going to take? 42. It's going to be 28 days if we rush it. Let's do it then. That's every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks we've got improvements coming. Good, that didn't go through. The floor. Did I manufacture it? No, I didn't. Naughty me. 3 days, 6 days, 9 days, perfect. How are we doing? We're a little bit short on cash. 11 million in the bank. But if we finish 5th, we're going to make loads of money. Yeah, we know. Door centre, poor condition, we'll refurb. No, we won't. At 500,000, we'll upgrade. Well worth the money. Right, we're heading off to Singapore then. Let's go to the cars, go to the warehouse. Right. So top of the range chassis, top of the range front wing, top of the range rear wing, top of the range side pods, brand new top of the range underfloor, bit of a gamble in case we have an accident, top of the range suspension. Car analysis, tell me, where are we? We're actually, look at this, medium speed, high speed, and acceleration and high speed. We're actually gaining a few things. I mean, none of the bits that we need for this particular track, but some things. What's top speed looking like? Still off the pace. I just cannot seem to get enough development in there to make it stick. But hey, we keep trying. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed that. I hope you did too. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.